One man with one vision and one sound. His name unknown. Presenting to you, Calvin Jazz Walker.
I got the name Jazz Walker from my father. Most people would think that Jazz is a alias name or a nickname, and really it is a part of my name. My full name is Calvin Jazz Walker, and I was born with Calvin Jazz Walker. And so my father's a musician, and when I was born, he just decided to give me a middle name of Jazz because he loves music, and obviously he can't call me R&B because it would just be an awkward name. Calvin R&B Walker, Calvin Rap Walker, Calvin Hip Hop Walker would just sound ridiculous. So Calvin Jazz Walker sounds pretty good, so we went with that. Actually, I really don't know. My father's been playing music way before I was born, and so maybe it does have some kind of influence, like, because music does get to me emotionally. When I think music videos, the music has to inspire me to get that picture, get that vision of what I'm gonna do for the video. So I would say that music is definitely a huge influence on, you know, what I do for music videos or films. I'm Korean and African American, and so, you know, my father was he was in the Air Force, and that makes me a military brat. And so, you know, meeting all different types of people, and me being, you know, a different type of person myself, you know, having a Korean mother and an African American father, you know, you see two sides of, you know, culture. And for me, being around different types of cultures as I grew up, going to different countries and, you know, cities and that nature, is just, you just learn a lot of different type of things people do. You know, you learn about more culture, you learn about more diversity, you learn just a lot of different stories and backgrounds of people. And so living through that and being here now, I feel like I have a lot of stories to tell. Well, I've always been intrigued by film. As a kid, I would pretend that I was a Power Ranger. And so pretending to be a Power Ranger, I would always envision what stories I would tell that they didn't tell on TV. And so, I mean, that's really how it started. But from then on, movies inspired me. I mean, even as a kid, I would watch movies, and there would be certain things that I didn't like seeing in movies, and I'd be like, I could do better than that, even though I was a kid. I pretty much take control of the creative aspects, but at the same time, I like to collaborate. You know, it's not all about me, because obviously it is their music that I'm putting a picture to, and so I want to be, you know, equal to them in creativity as much as possible, but at the same time have my own artistic vision involved, because as a director, as I push my demo reel out there to labels and to different type of artists and clients, they're going to want to see the best quality, and in order for me to give them best quality, they have, you know, I have to give my full vision, and that's how, you know, it's usually done for directors. I started doing voiceovers when I was a kid, of course watching TV, same as film, and after watching a lot of cartoons, I wanted to emulate the same sounds and same voices, and as I got older, I realized I started to get really good at it, but I never thought about doing it as a career until I was maybe 19 or 20. And so after being 19 or 20, I would go up to my friends and I would do these voices, and they'd be like, wow, you sound just like it. I can't hear anybody else doing that. That is crazy. And so it got me thinking, like, this is something I could also do too. And not just being able to emulate other voices, but also creating my own voices that I could, you know, impress hopefully agents in Hollywood or wherever to get me, you know, jobs doing that stuff. So, I mean, that's just another thing. And I'm an animated person myself, so me being animated and doing voiceovers, that's like the best combination of being a voiceover actor, so why not do it? I'm currently working on a project called Echoes. It's a Flash-based online video game, that's going to be coming out on newgrounds.com. We already did the voices for the first act of the game. It's in 3 acts, and so really we're just waiting for the production team to be done with the first act, and after that we'll knock out the other 2 and it'll be ball game. But that was a really fun project. I do probably 60% of the voices in that game, so it's quite weird to hear myself when I play it. But I mean, it's exciting to have people all over the world playing that game, just to hear your voice and be like, wow, who are the voices behind these great characters? A few of my many accomplishments that I've done started back when I was in high school. I was in a program called Skills USA, which was a program that identifies students that excel in skill and trade in their technical field. And I started off doing 3D animation, which got me to the state level of competition, and I got a silver medal at state for 3D animation. And then the following year after that, I was in the video production field, and I actually made all the way to nationals, and I was 13th place out of a lot of places in video production. So it was very fun. I got to go to Kansas City, and it was just a lot of fun. So that's just a few of my stuff. But after receiving those awards, I got a lot of recognition from my local newspapers as well as statewide newspaper. And I was interviewed by PBS, local station, shortly after that for my accomplishments. And I mean, it was just a lot of attention that I am very nerve-wracking to get, but it was just a lot of fun, and I was really, proud of myself, and so was my peers. I actually received a letter from Bill Nelson, the senator from Florida, and it was a huge honor because you would never think that somebody as important as he is would take the time to actually hand sign his signature with permanent marker on a letter from me. And it was an amazing thing to actually receive. And with that, I felt like I could do bigger things with what I do and with what I love. In the near future, I hope to make Hollywood picture films, because I definitely have a lot of stories in mind to tell, and I think, the people out there should see it. Overall, I'm a director, I'm a producer, I'm an editor, I'm a screenwriter, I'm a voiceover actor, and later down the line, I might take up on acting, because a lot of people say I can actually do that pretty well. And so I pretty much do it all, and hopefully somebody out there will give me a chance to show them what I got, and show the whole world what I got.